Hello everyone, this is your host Dominic Anthony for the Week 5 preview game show, and I am your host who knows an absurd amount of ball, but I make the worst fucking predictions ever, like predicting the Astros to go to the World Series and then they lose in the wild card round. Anyways, you should watch my video where I fucking flame them because it was funny. But anyways, we're going to get into the preview. We are going to talk about the superior 5, the shitty 5, and then we will bless teams and we will fuck them over. So let's get into it. Looking back at the curses and the luckiness last week, it was pretty fucking accurate. Will Levis got hurt, which, you know, is a minor setback because he wasn't playing good to begin with. And then the Vikings had minor luck where they got up 28-0 in the first half. So everything's looking pretty accurate right now. So let's get into the superior 5. First, let's do our honorable mentions. Number 10 is Seattle. Number 9, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 8, the Green Bay Packers. Number 7, the Commies. And number 6, the Buffalo Bills. So, number 5, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers took care of business this weekend against the Philadelphia Eagles, who I can't even tell if they're a good team anymore. The Bucs also were just a weird team that week against the Broncos. That was just a dud. But the fact that they've won 3 games without Antoine Winfield in their secondary is honestly extremely impressive. However, there is a problem with the Buccaneers, considering they only had 2 sacks going into this week before the Eagles game, where they registered 6 sacks. So I can't tell if pass rush is a problem, but against the Eagles O-line, it's pretty fucking good. And Baker is back on for the MVP talks. Like I said, listen to me, I know incredible amounts of ball, like I said before. Number 4, we have the Baltimore Ravens. I'm honestly quite surprised how they played last week. They absolutely beat the shit out of the Bills. And Derrick Henry, ruler of dimensions, ruler of the football field, he is back. He had a slow start, but now he leads the league in rushing after running for 209 yards. And because they're running the ball more is why these Ravens are playing much better. Ronnie Stanley had the best pass block rate over the last couple weeks, and Nate Wiggins hasn't allowed a single touchdown this season. And he's a rookie. He's absolutely balling. Van Noy has 6.5 sacks, which is second in the league. And the run defense is ridiculously good, only giving up 57 rushing yards allowed a game. And on the flip side of that, they lead the league in rushing in touchdowns and yards. No surprise there, because they got Henry and Lamar Jackson. They actually figured out they had a run game, which I don't know why it took so long. But on the other hand, they have an NFL worst 10 completions on passes that have traveled 20 plus yards. So they love giving up the deep ball. And for Josh Allen not throwing the deep ball, I was kind of surprised looking at this stat. But they just can't allow that to happen, and that's a secondary problem. They'll figure it out. The Ravens, back on track. Number 3, we got the Detroit Lions. The team that will come in and grab your nutsack, twist it, and take a bite out of it. Am I being a little dramatic? Probably not, knowing Dan Campbell, so I won't say I am. But the Lions do have some problems. Their tackling is pure, utter dog shit. It's like everybody they try to tackle has baby oil on. Jared Goff was perfect, though. He was an absolute baller. But on back to the negatives, they lead first in defensive pass interference this year. And the main reason is because of Terrion Arnold and Carlton Davis, who have 8 DPI calls just on them. Like, that's really bad. And then they have holding calls in that secondary as well. The secondary hasn't been playing very well, and we kind of saw that last game where Geno Smith absolutely lit them the fuck up. But Hutchinson, still fucking good. Jags, I don't know why you decided to get Trayvon Walker over him, but just know you didn't cook shit. Number 2, fuck, I hate that they're fucking here, is the Minnesota Vikings. But Sam Darnold's actually balling. He's the 3rd best QBR in the league at 73.5. But the only reason they're not one is because their second half against the Packers was absolutely putrid. They let the Packers come back from a 28-7 deficit, and then they only put up 3 points themselves. So that's kind of why they're here. If they didn't let that happen, they would definitely be one. They've only allowed 14.8 points per game, and, you know, they're a pretty good team. But if the Packers played like that during the whole game, it certainly would have been interesting how this game really would have went. Maybe saw the Vikings for real. but doing all of this without TJ Hawkinson is extremely impressive. And for number 1, we have Satan of the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs. Rashee Rice, I don't know what's going on. We haven't gotten a report yet. Initially thought ACL, but wouldn't be the first time he got in a crash and then left the scene very quickly. I think at least. Oh yeah, I'm right. Anyways, Kelsey finally produced. The offense is starting to get going. Mahomes is still a little sloppy. But the only concern about this team really is this pass rush. Outside of Chris Jones, they're not really doing much, which is kind of weird considering George Karlaftis had a solid year last year. They only have sacks on just 5.2 opponents' pass attempts. That's not good, at all. And I think because of the teams they've been going against, they don't really have to worry about it because, not exactly great. But the Chiefs are fraudulent number 1 right now, mainly because they've been just beating teams. But I don't know. I can't really put anybody else here. So yeah. Let's get into the shitty 5. Number 5 in the shitty 5 is the Tennessee Titans. The Titans beat the Dolphins on Monday Night Football in an absolute stinker. But sadly, Will Levis, the meme god, got hurt. Like I said, the Titans got a minor curse last week. That's what that was, Will Levis getting hurt. But the defense was better this game than it was against the Packers. They have 2 takeaways. That's not good. And they have 9 giveaways. So, in other words, they have a -8 turnover ratio. That's really fucking bad. There's a reason they're down here. And until they figure it out with the pass game, they're going to stay down here. Number 4, we got the New England Patriots. This team is poopy ass shit. I don't know what happened. They started off hot, but holy crap, they're terrible now. They have 13 points per game, 238 yards per game, which are both the worst in the NFL. And they have 112 passing yards per game, which is also the worst in the NFL. Ramondre Stevenson is back to having fumbling problems out of buck nowhere. He has fumbled once in 5 consecutive games, even going back to last season. Yes, that is a real stat. I can't believe it. And for some reason, the Patriots love letting quarterbacks escape the pocket, which is allowing for big plays. And Gerard Mayo might want to make some changes, unless he doesn't care about this year, which I would kind of understand with this roster. Number 3, we got the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland. Well, if Deshaun Watson stays, this team's fucked, like I said before. His play is so inconsistent, it's like his career in a Browns uniform is like a game of hide and seek. But sadly, he's always hiding in places that he shouldn't be. Masseuses. But, anyways, they have 246 yards per game, which is the second worst in the NFL. They're missing shit tons of tackles, which has become a huge problem on the ground, especially considering they allow 2.24 yards after contact per rush. And Amari Cooper leads the league in drops. He was better this week. No question about it, but maybe with the resurgence of Nick Chubb sometime soon, you might be okay, but with Bill Cosby as your quarterback, and you're just not going to end well. Number 2, we have the Miami Dolphins. This team sucks. Holy, is Mike McDaniel a Tua merchant, and is Tua a merchant of Tyreek Hill? Or is it the other way around? Is Tyreek Hill a merchant of Tua? I don't know, but without them, this team blows. They have 11.3 points per game and have allowed 119.5 yards per game on the ground, which is 16th in the NFL. They've also allowed 7 rushing touchdowns, which is tied for the second worst in the league. Their defense is like a bad one-night stand when they just lie there while teams run right through them without even trying. It's that bad. And with Snoop Huntley, I mean, given he's only had a week or two to really learn the playbook, it wasn't pretty on Monday night, but I'm not gonna hate on them right away because they just got their new quarterback, so we'll see what happens from there. But this team, holy shit, I will shit on them so much. Number 1 is the Jacksonville Jaguars. What the fuck is wrong with this team? I thought this team was gonna be a lot better than they were, but oh my god, I was wrong. I said they were not gonna be good, but I didn't think this bad. Trevor Lawrence is playing like crap. Trayvon Walker is playing like crap. They have 1 takeaway. They have 380 passing yards a game against them, and 27 points per game against them, which are both ranked 3rd worst in the league. They rank 29th in QB pressures and 29th in pressure percentage. This team fucking sucks. And because the offense hasn't been good either and Trevor Lawrence is missing easy throws, you can't even expect to win a game when the defense is bad and then Trevor Lawrence can't hit targets. You're just asking to get fucked up. And the defense, it's terrible. It's so bad. It's like a cheap motel you'll get scored on, but nobody's actually going to clean up the mess afterwards. It's that bad. I'm done ranting over these shitty teams. Fuck this. I'm done. Let me pick my lock of the week and then my upset of the week. My lock of the week is going to be Seattle over the New York Giants. I think they're going to figure it out this week, get a win over the Giants, who probably won't be with Malik Neighbors. This team is a wagon, surprisingly. Their offense is quite good, and they had a lot of injuries on the defense, which is why they didn't play too well defensively against the Lions, but they should be getting some of those guys back, and I think that is going to be a huge difference. My upset of the week, even though I just crapped on this team a ton, I'm picking the Jags over the Colts this week. Why? Because the Colts offense hasn't been too good, and it's only good because of Joe Flacco last week. I don't know if AR is going to play, but if he does play, the Jags should win this game pretty handily because he just loves to mess up the easy plays and make the hard ones. So if the Jags are just somewhat competent, and they were somewhat competent against the Texans, if they could be that level of competent, maybe a little bit more, they should be able to beat the Colts. But I will say this, if Joe Flacco plays, I'm going to leave a comment changing my pick, because if Joe Flacco plays, I don't believe this is going to happen. So keep that in mind. I will say it when I need to. Anyways, let's get into the fucking. Oh man, the best time, the best part of this show. Starting with the team that's going to get screwed again. Oh, that's inner ring. That's inner ring. 7? Inner ring, medium ring, medium ring. Oh no, it's the Commanders. Just when they were rolling, they get fucked. Oh, this is terrible. And because it's middle ring, it's going to be a medium setback, medium curse, like a star player getting injured, or who knows what happens. Someone, I don't really know what happens. Let's see which team will get blessed this week and how much they get blessed. Ooh, it's an outer ring. Number 12. Who's number 12? The Patriots are number 12. So, it's on the outer ring, so they will get somewhat lucky. They might get somebody that's not supposed to play, or, you know, get a key play or something like that, or the other team messes up something stupid. But that will do it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and remember, come back every week, same time every day for this. Why? Because it's the best game show on fucking earth. I'll see you guys sometime soon. I don't know when. Peace.